Hi everybody, Old Gear out here at the Fishing Shack. Welcome to this week's Fishing Chums Fishing Report. We got a dandy for you. I know the weather has been horrible. It's going to turn around here. But still, we have some great photos to pass on to you. And pretty good reports for the diehards that went out this last week and over the past weekend. And we have a really great photo of the week coming up because you know last week on the 1st of March was the traditional opening of the trout season. Bennett Springs, Roaring River. Well, we have a photo for you that is an unbelievable stringer of trout. So we'll be talking about this with our photo of the week. And hey, at the end of the program, I have a photo, some good pics of a giant 4-pound crappie. Whew, you don't see many of those, so stick around. That's a really good photo. And we want to thank all you viewers. Daggone it, week before last we had well over 9,000 views for our show, making it the most watched fishing show in the Ozarks for sure. And we want to thank you all. And if you haven't subscribed to our, you know, we get a lot of viewers on Facebook, but over on right here on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Just push that button there. Then you're not going to miss out on any of our special reports coming up. Okay? We'll be back with a fishing report and some great photos. Let's go fishing.
Fish and Chums!
Well, we got kind of a quick report for you today. We are going to go out to Roaring River at the opening of last week's trout season in Missouri. Look at this young man right here, Mr. King, young man. Wow, what a stringer of trout, making it our Fishing Chums photo of the week. Good going, young man. Boy, that's a bunch of fish. All right, let's go out to Table Rock right quick. Had some pretty good reports of crappie being caught out there now. This is the time of the year I love to go up around Point 15, where Flat Creek comes into the James River, those bluffs. Sometimes you have to go back on the flats, but that's starting to happen right now. So if you want to try to catch some crappie at Table Rock this weekend, Point 15, where Flat Creek comes into the James River. You can get in there with the jigs, or you can go jigging minnows depending on the water clarity. And by the way, speaking of the James, the white bass are going to start running up the James River at any time. I usually like around the middle of March. And you can catch white bass, you can catch some big walleye up in the James, and we'll be keeping on top of that. Have a good report for you. Hopefully next week we'll be talking a little bit more about it. And our bass fishing, some of the windy points, and the diehards been going out with wiggle warts, picking up a few fish. Jerk baits have been the best things, and jigs. So, but watch these crappie. Point 15, Flat Creek up there. Oh man, that can be a lot of fun. All right, let's jump over at Lake Taneycomo now. I want to tell you, this past Tuesday, the Corps of Engineers shut down all generations. They've been working on repairing a lot of the generators, so they opened up 2 gates at Table Rock at the dam. And they're making a nice flow down through there. And they've been drifting and catching a lot of trout. Boy, I've had reports of drifting orange power eggs. That's good. We've been talking about this. And also some jerk baits are picking up some fish. And I want to tell you what, they have also been picking up some fish on night crawlers. A little kind of a mixture. Trout fishing is really good at Lake Taneycomo right now. Oh, Bull Shoals, quick report, same thing as last week. They're picking up some fish on jerk baits, on especially a little bit of wind, and also some wiggle warts, and not too much in the deep water, just like Table Rock. Back in the creek arms, following shad, doing some spooning and grubbing. That hasn't been real good. A few, but not a lot. Okay, let's go out at Stockton Lake. Look at Jeff Decker. Boy, Jeff's a good fisherman. He was out over the past weekend and caught a big old mess of crappie. Look at this nice one here, if I move out of the way. Jeff Decker out at Stockton Lake. And there's been some nice crappie being caught out at Stockton. And they're following the shad. Some fish are starting to show up on the flats and along the bluffs. So get out there and try Stockton this weekend. Those crappie are wanting to move, get this weather straightened out. And they've been picking up a few walleye. I heard of a 7-pound plus caught out there the other evening, late evening, on a jerkbait. And so look up the creek areas and the mouth of the creek areas down by the dam, the points and secondary points. You might catch yourself a big old walleye this weekend. All right, we're going over at Truman right quick. Same thing we've been talking about the last few weeks. Want to catch some crappie on the lake, stay at the lower end. You won't have to mess with any ice and get down there. You know that, I tell you what, there's been some nice crappie caught for the few people that's been out. Do those bluffs. Look at your locator, find the shad along those bluffs and bluffs ends. You should be able to catch some fish. They've been releasing some water below the dam, and they have been picking up some walleye. So check this out at Truman. Trying to do this so fast. Okay, let's go to Lake of the Ozarks. Last report, Lake of the Ozarks, they've been picking up some fish, crappie, along some of the big deep docks and off the points. And hey, I tell you, this is a little deal here. They've been going back into some of the big coves at Lake of the Ozarks, getting a float, just a float and a jig. Maybe that float 4 or 5 feet up above the jig, and flipping it out and working it real slow off the bank. Hey, this is it, the time of the year, it's starting, so you may want to try this. Out at Lake of the Ozarks, picking up some bass as well, wiggleworts on the windy banks, and of course jerkbaits. That's it. Well, that's our quick report for the day. We do want to thank you for being with us. Now look at this photo. This was a Michael, this is out of the area now, over in our neighboring state of Oklahoma. Michael Lawson was out last week and picked up 2 giant fish. I'm talking about a 4.22 and a 308. Look at that 4-pound crappie. You don't see many of those. And he was fishing out at Durant Lake. I think it's a small lake. And this photo was courtesy of the Oklahoma Fish and Game, the wildlife. Wow. Certified 4-pound, 4.22. Huge fish. Wow. Gosh, I want that. That's good. Okay, I want to thank you very much for being with us today. Be sure to like and share, and once again, subscribe. And if you have any photos you want to send us, we've been getting some nice photos. And any information, go to our email. Email us at fishingchums@gmail.com. Love you all. Take care. Happy outdoors, everyone.